now at 10.
Once people start screaming and shots just keep ringing out, you know that it's not a show anymore.
Dozens dead after a shooting in an Orlando nightclub.
It was just like a scene from a horror movie. It was absolutely tragic.
It is now the deadliest mass shooting in American history. Tonight, an outpouring of support from Milwaukee.
My heart goes out to all the victims' families. I can't imagine.
That is our big story tonight. It is being called an attack on America. At least 50 people are dead, 53 more injured after a massacre at a gay nightclub in Florida early this morning. The shooter mentioned ISIS in his 911 call.
Tonight we have team coverage. Myra Sanchik and Brett Lemoyne are here in Milwaukee with more on how the shooting affected Pride Fest celebrations. But we begin with our Ben Handelman. He's live in Orlando tonight. Good evening, Ben.
Jenna, good evening, and I have to tell you it's a surreal experience tonight flying from Milwaukee here to Orlando with so many families who are probably going to Disney World, and they have landed in a city of mourning after the worst mass shooting in our nation's history. Good morning, guys. Yeah, it's been more than 24 hours since this shooting happened, and look behind me. It is still a very active scene out here. Law enforcement not letting anyone really within 2 blocks of the nightclub. You can hear there's clapping behind me. It just seems like everybody in this city is lending a hand. They shouldn't be open.
Wake up to the news and you're just, you just couldn't believe it.
It's not the kind of foot traffic Orlando Ace Hardware ever wanted to see. Just 2 blocks away from the Pulse nightclub, their front entrance is half crime scene, half media staging area.
I don't have anything to do here, so I might as well do something.
Already, they shouldn't be open, but they are.
We're a family company. We like to help people out, especially at a time of need, especially like this time right now.
Leave it to some handymen to improvise.
Called Target and asked for donations.
We got the ice, the water, and we said, hey, we'll cook for them.
It was just bad.
Across the street,
Not a hero. I feel like as a person, as an individual, we should help each other.
Christopher Hansen knows a thing or two about helping out.
It should be blue and white, but that's the color of it now.
His bracelet still bloodstained. He is seen on video saving complete strangers after escaping the nightclub.
If you just pass that person by, they could bleed to death from the bullet wound in their arm.
Hansen's story is now getting international attention.
It's just crazy.
Acts of kindness being recognized.
Giving back to the community a little bit.
Both big
Us in Orlando, we're strong.
and small.
We will survive. We will survive this.
Tonight, Orlando is sending a message to the world. They will not be defeated, and love is stronger than hate. Just amazing how many people came out tonight and how big this memorial is behind us. Yeah, good evening. One organizer earlier today was expecting about 5,000 people. Pretty sure we surpassed that, and now that it's over, people are still sticking around. Here, look, there's a growing memorial here at a performing arts center. It's been an emotionally draining day yet again, but tonight this community is grieving together.
Good evening, everyone.
In the center of downtown Orlando, thousands gather for a vigil.
This whole community stands behind you.
Community leaders and LGBT officials speaking on a stage, but before they arrived,
We're gonna go pray for them, okay?
she had to come,
Hold my hand.
and she couldn't do it
You
alone.
wanna come this way?
After a weekend away at the beach,
No, it's gotta go by the flowers, honey.
Trish Gordon needed to be home,
It was terrible driving home and listening to all the radio stations.
a place that just doesn't feel the same.
One of the first people shot was a couple that was walking from another club.
At the center of Orlando's downtown,
It's tough for me.
there is a growing memorial.
I don't like to get into it like that. I kind of like to just take it all in from the outside. And
Rob Modesto is reflecting from a distance.
when I saw this out here, it's tough. It's tough.
Healing takes time, a process just getting started.
How do you tell a 7-year-old that your world's not safe?
Whether you are watching this tragedy from near
What do you say?
or far,
Probably been the worst weekend in the history of Orlando. It's been terrible.
Love wins.
we are all hopeful love wins. On a muggy night in Orlando, even though the pain is too fresh for some to handle, this show of support shows this community is on its way to victory. Here's a live look now at this memorial, and you can see it is growing. We have seen family members, we have seen friends, we have seen a lot of tears tonight, we have seen complete strangers, but the one thing that has come together, everyone has been here together, mourning together, and grieving together. It's been an extremely powerful night. Yeah, good evening, guys. And we know, we're hearing from survivors, we know the healing process will take time, and this city says you can help.
Thank you, Clint.
If there was only a way to truly capture
Plenty of room here.
how it feels in Orlando in June. Tom Johnson is here anyway.
It's horrible. I didn't personally know anybody, but I know people that have lost friends, and it's been really bad.
He's just one of dozens of volunteers loading items to be sent to those affected by this tragedy.
This has all come in the last 2 days, and this is just a small portion of it.
You can tell from his voice, Russell Walker was not born in Orlando.
It's surreal.
Scotland.
To be, as I mentioned earlier, being at the center of the largest mass shooting in U.S. history.
But this is now his home. A leader in the local LGBT community, he worked once a week at the Pulse nightclub where 49 people were murdered.
But it doesn't make me scared. You know, I've never felt scared being an out gay man. Maybe I should be, but that's not going to change.
He knows those watching can't be here to help. There is something that can be done.
These numbers seem massive.
Donate.
But when you think of the number of victims, the number of staff, you know, the number of people that are overall affected by this and the needs that they're going to have.
Russell says while donations may seem like a drop in the bucket, it will eventually help those who are hurting the most. And sometimes when there is tragedy, there is opportunities for scammers. We do not want that to happen. When you go to fox6now.com, we have posted legitimate charities where your dollars will go to help those impacted right here in Orlando from this shooting. This Delavan native lost 2 friends in the nightclub shooting, but after seeing the response, he says he is more connected to his new city.
So push the numbers back. We're starting with clean cards.
It's an Orlando weekly tradition. We won't lie.
I'm a simultaneous.
The FCC won't let us share most of the jokes at gay bingo.
G57.
Come on.
Garrett Sewell is a regular.
Someone's been drinking my drink, so.
The Delavan native now calls Orlando home.
Went down on an internship, fell in love with the city, man. Just absolutely fell in love with the city. Everything about the atmosphere here, the people here.
Glamorous trivia.
You didn't know anyone, did you?
But escaping what has happened is impossible.
My eyes still hurt from the past few days. It's hard to hold yourself together. I had 2 that are confirmed. There is still 3 missing.
Sewell says some of his closest friends are in the LGBTQ community.
It's incredibly emotional. I had several friends in that club,
some
2 of which are confirmed
he will never see again.
to not come back.
Initially, we had thought about canceling all the events.
John Pinesso owns Hamburger Mary's. He decided this community needs some sense of normalcy.
It's on. That's good. That's good.
The shows have gone on.
You need to remind yourself that all of your friends are backing you in this.
Sewell knows the laughs don't make the pain go away,
Oh my God, a bingo.
but it helps. He may have been born in Wisconsin, but he could not be prouder of his new home.
We're just going to come back stronger and happier and just as proud as who we were before.
Sewell is very involved as a fan of the Orlando City MLS soccer team. He says he and other fans are organizing a tribute to the victims for Saturday's game. Love is greater than hate. It's a message you see all over the city of Orlando. There's been pop-up memorials all over the city. Something awful happened here, but this city is hopeful that their love will define them. Orlando. When we arrived, we did not know if you would be broken.
I can't even think about it.
Willing to share your heartbreak.
We don't even know yet.
Your emotions.
It's surreal.
We did not know how difficult it would be.
All I heard was
to listen to your stories.
Bang, bang, bang.
Of survival.
It's not that I'm a hero, I'm not a hero.
You didn't know anyone, did you?
Of loss.
2.
But you did.
We're gonna go pray for them, okay?
You opened your arms to share your experience.
It's tough.
Your feelings.
It's tough.
How do you tell a 7-year-old that your world's not safe?
And you opened your hearts.
What do you say?
You showed us the true meaning of community already. How to support your neighbors in need.
You know, these families and victims are going to come out and we don't know what bills they're going to have paid.
Everyone's the same. There's love, love, love.
You surprised us.
Someone's been drinking my drink, so.
We were not expecting to laugh. And you came together to grieve, to show the world you are not going through this alone. This is not easy for anyone, showing a world that is so stormy. While your story is far from over, you have done something to us, inspired us. In Orlando, with photojournalist Joe Wagener, Ben Handelman, Fox 6 News.